First year, Assalamu alaikum. This video that I'm making today is for your English textbook grade 11. I'm sending you the entire syllabus first, trying to explain to you how many poems there are and what is the method that you are going to adopt in order to get good marks in your paper. Now, the first chapter is responsibilities of youth. This is an important chapter. A few questions will be taken from here. His first flight is a chapter that was also included in your previous book. It's a very nice chapter and two questions. Please expect two questions or translations from this chapter. Good Timber is a poem from Mother with Love. It's always very nice to read these lessons because the objectives are taken from here. It's Country to Me. Mother to Son is again a poem. Choice of Career, it's important one. Wasteland is a very important chapter because objectives will be selected from here. The White Lamb. The World is Too Much with Us. The Importance of Family, important. The Blanket, important because this was included in the previous book also. Ozymandias, this is also nice. You must go through these chapters for objectives because most of the objectives are going to be from your text and a few ones are going to be from the grammar part. A Long Walk Home, University Days, School versus Education, What You Do is What You Are, A Dream Within a Dream, Drug Abuse in the Youth of Pakistan. Now this can also be in the essay. How to Take a Job Interview, The Road Not Taken, The Progress. Now opening the book, let's move on to the first chapter, Responsibilities of Youth, Jawano ki Zimmedariyan. This is the speech that Quaid-e-Azam delivered once when he was invited somewhere or prepare a formal convocation address on an academic level. This is he has delivered this speech in some educational institution. Mr. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, when I was approached by the Vice Chancellor with a request to deliver the convocation address, now this is a convocation address where students are attaining their degrees, I made it clear to him that there were so many calls on me that I could not possibly prepare a formal convocation address on an academic level with regard to the great subjects with which university deals, such as arts, history, philosophy, science, law, and so on. I did, however, promise to say a few words to the students on this occasion, and it is in fulfillment of that promise that I will address you now. Now this is Quaid-e-Azam's address. Moving on, meanings have been given. Then question answers. Why does Quaid stress on youth to be continuously vigilant? Now Pakistan was a new country. When Quaid was here in the beginning, he wanted all his students, all the people of Pakistan to become successful, and that success could only be attained at that time and in the near future or today at present is only with hard work. What according to the Quaid is the prime responsibility of youth? The prime responsibility of youth then, today and in future will always be hard work and attaining whatever aim or ambition they have in their life and live as responsible citizens. Having read the text of the Quaid speech, what traits of character the Quaid wants to see in the educated youth? These are questions that you can even generally answer. What advice does the Quaid give to the youth about the choice of career? He wanted them to come out of the rut of the clerks and the government jobs and begin new yonders to explore new worlds. Let's move on. Next is our grammar part, which is about read each word and underline the silent word. This is dictionary work. Circle the abstract noun. Now abstract nouns are the nouns that are feelings that cannot be touched. I respected the honesty my friend showed. Honesty is the abstract noun. Can you believe that women's brilliance is abstract noun? Generally abstract nouns must be read. Write a sentence with each abstract noun given below. Same, love, pleasure, calm, despair, truth. These cannot be touched, but these are nouns. Next is tell whether the following nouns are countable or uncountable. Another type of noun is countable or uncountable. Confusion is uncountable. Roof, countable. Traffic, uncountable. Pain, uncountable. Behavior, uncountable. Knife, countable. Cutlery, uncountable. Freedom, uncountable. Mouth, countable. Peace, uncountable. Moving on to the next pages. This is also nouns are being explained over here, and here it is collective noun. Team, council, crew, band, family, senate, assembly, flock, faculty. A swarm of locusts attacked a herd of cattle. This comes in your paper. You must go through these. A flock of birds is always a beautiful sight. They welcomed the chief guest with a bouquet of flowers. As we drove down the countryside, we saw a herd of sheep. The gang of thieves has been arrested by the police. There we saw a man carrying a bundle of clothes on his head. A band of musicians was hired to perform at the party. My friend has a fine collection of old stamps. Now in the first chapter we have revised nouns and their types. Next is, this is a story of a young seagull who is afraid of flying. His first flight All this young seagull needed was motivation. He is one among the slow learners. Limo Flattery was an Irish novelist. He was a short story writer. Moving on to the lesson. Now this is a complete explanation of how the bird felt in the beginning, his fear of flight, and how his parents and especially his mother encourage him and then leave him on the ledge to fight his fear, to overcome his fear. This is all about fear. This is a very important chapter in the sense that it teaches us a very good lesson, that the first step is always difficult, but later on, when we have overcome our fear, we are successful in life, because fear only holds us back. Moving on to the lesson. Question answers. Why did the young seagull have to join the company of his family? He wanted to join his family because everyone had gone down and they were enjoying fishing and swimming, and he was the only one left up on the ledge without any food or water. Why don't his parents, his brothers and sisters give him food? They don't give him food because they don't want him to be dependent. They want him to be independent and feel confident. So all these question answers can be very well expressed if you have read the lesson. Next is vocabulary. Use a dictionary to identify the pronunciation of the following words: gnaw, G silent, monstrous, derisively, plateau, devour. Moving on, write the words related to cooking in front of their meanings. Mark with knife without cutting, score, take skin off fruit, vegetable, peel, cut into cubes, dice, shake powder through a fine mesh or net, sieve, massage with hands, knead, cook in hot water, boil, turn heat down to heat slowly, simmer, use implement to cut food into shreds, grate, cook using hot oil in a pan, fry, cut very roughly, chop, stir ingredients together, mix, cut into thin slices like paper, slice, cook in oven without oil, bake, cook in oven with oil, roast. Write the correct collective noun in front of its meaning and then make sentences. Many insects, swarm, many people, congregation, many fish, shoal, many ships, fleet, many papers, bundle, many rooms, suite, many cards, deck, many knives, set. Choose the correct verb. Mind the noun, singular or plural. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the news. Where are my shoes? Further information is available in the office. The stairs are over there, sir. The furniture in our class is uncomfortable. Pakistan is a very nice country. Your sunglasses are on the table. Homework is boring. The scissors on the table are mine. Physics is not very easy. Use the following words in sentences, once as a singular noun and then as plural nouns. Ox, oxen, roof, roofs, potato, potatoes, party, parties, deer, deers, chief, chiefs, photo, photos, series, series is same, wire, wires, brother-in-law, brothers-in-law, life, lives, family, families, boy, boys, house, houses, city, cities, man, men, child, children, sandwiches, sandwiches, nurse, nurses, shelf, shelves. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the given verb in parentheses. Think about whether the noun is singular or plural. This pair of sunglasses is really expensive. I'm not paying that much. These scissors are blunt. Get me another pair. The jacket you are wearing is very nice, but those green jeans are horrible. Physics is the study of the natural world. A lot of news we hear on the TV are bad. It's so depressing. The police is investigating a break-in at the National Bank last night. People are always likely to tell lies to protect themselves. Think carefully before you spend that amount of money. £1,000 is a lot. Next is, you should try walking so far just to find an open supermarket. 3 miles will tire you out so quickly, I'm telling you. They have exaggerated a little with that new swimming pool. Did you see the temperature of the water? 41 degrees is too high. Now, transitional verbs. What are transitional verbs? Transitional devices are words or phrases that help carry a thought from one sentence to another. Transition words are used to link ideas within sentences and sentences within paragraphs. Used correctly, transition words make writing easier to understand and more mature. Try to identify transition words when you are reading, and when you have an opportunity, use these words yourself, from one idea to another or from one paragraph to another. Read each sentence carefully and choose the most appropriate transition to fill in the blanks in the sentences. Capitalize when necessary. You can use things you already have around the house for doll furniture. For example, a spool of thread can be used as a stool. I love pizza, therefore most days I eat it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. The day seemed endless while we were working on our project, but finally the time came for us to set it aside for the day and go home. Khan is very educated. He matriculated from high school and then earned a bachelor's degree from the local college. A few years later, he earned a master's degree and now, or furthermore, he is about to get his PhD in physics. Gulmina and I look forward to being able to see each other again next summer. Till then, or until then, we will write letters to each other. I would really like to see you again, so will you join me one afternoon for lunch? I wanted to go to the movies. Unfortunately, the tickets were already sold out. We need to go to the store on the way, or however, we will stop at Rehan's house and pick up the hat I left there yesterday. A transition or linking word is a word or phrase that shows the relationship between paragraphs or sections of a text or speech. Transitions are bridges that carry a reader from section to section. There are two basic types of transitions: conjunctive adverbs and conjunctions. Examples: also, beside, furthermore, moreover, however, still, nevertheless, similarly, likewise. Create an original sentence or pair of sentences using the transitions indicated. Meanwhile, I started doing my maths work. Meanwhile, my mother brought food for me. Moving on, how to make a paper airplane. Next is Unit 3, Good Timber. The central idea of the poem is good timber is that in order to become good and beneficial, one has to face hardships and difficulties in life. The poet has beautifully used the title of Good Timber to convey his message. This poem has been written by Douglas Malloch, 1877 to 1938. Good men and good timber have been compared with each other aptly. It is a metaphorical poem. The message of this poem is that people, like trees, grow and reach their true potential by overcoming adversities. This poem addresses the law of nature. No one can go against it. The poet has used metaphorical language to depict the similarities between man and other creations of nature. Moving on to the poem, The Tree That Never Had to Fight. The sun and sky and air and light, AA, two rhyming words, but stood out in the open plain, B, and always got its share of rain, B, rhyming words. Never became a forest king, C, but lived and died a scrubby thing, C. AA, BB, C is the rhyming scheme. Moving further, these are question answers. Then there must be some grammar part. Yes, here it is. Consult your dictionary for the following words related to politics and then fill in the blanks with them. I would like to vote for your party, but I disagree with your politics on free trade. The election was thrown into chaos when 2 of the polling stations were destroyed in fires and several ballot boxes were missing at the close of voting. The opposition party won a large majority in the new parliament and the government accepted defeat. The government lost the election because it had lost the trust of the electorate after more than a decade in power. Despite being more than 5% behind in the most of the latest opinion polls, we are still optimistic of winning the election next month. The Prime Minister was heavily criticized last month for giving the go-ahead to broadcast a campaign which personally attacked the leader of the opposition. In the UK, any constitutional changes made by the government need to be approved in a referendum. Propaganda is usually used most frequently during a time of war, as enemies use radio, TV, and newsprint to attack each other's actions and ideology. Make possessive determiners or the possessive pronoun from the words in parentheses. The bus stop is near our house. How is your new school? This is my bag and this is his. Sophia's hair is longer than mine. It's my turn now. The bike on the right is yours. Which desk is ours? Here are her tickets. The children brushed their teeth. Our school is much nicer than theirs. We can phone. Now next is fill in the blanks with the personal pronoun in each bracket in its subject or object form. We can phone our grandma and ask her. Are they our friends? She is working on her presentation. Excuse me, can I ask a question? They can ride their skateboards. He is his friend. This is not my jacket. Mine was blue. She bought it for herself. These 2 cats are ours. They don't eat potatoes because they don't like them. Now I've finished unit 1, 2 and 3. This is your revision part 1.